covering this event. And we welcome you to semifinal number 2. It'll be Chad Jones and Larry Barnett taking on Toby Braun and Nathan Owens. Our officials, once again, are AVP officials, George Carey and Butch Martin, doing a great job keeping... No way, man. I tell you, nobody was getting to that. A great shot by Barnett. Good play. Defeating Kurt Riedel, ex-champion from last year, and Derek Oliveri, 15-4. I don't think this one will be a blowout.
Interesting, they're going to go Toby early.
So Chad Jones and Larry Barnett taking on Toby Braun and Nathan Owens. Toby, a graduate of Capistrano Valley High School, been here, done that many times at this event. Right now we have a score of 1-0 as Chad Jones, Larry Barnett with the lead. Larry Barnett serving right now.
Again, they're going to go with Toby Braun. Nice set. There's a nice deep shotty.
One of the things that you want to watch when you do watch Toby Braun in the yellow shorts with the white baseball cap on, you see him there. And I know from time to time, for you people that have followed this event, you have seen Toby in the finals quite a few times. We'll get to that as we go along. But Toby is outsmart you type guy. He goes, I'm going to outsmart you before you outsmart me. And he goes for those little dinkers, and he'll try to take it to his advantage.
Great jump serve ace there. That's a great spader.
So Owens with the big serve. Nathan Owens, one of those guys that's new to Lake Mission Viejo, this event. I don't really recall seeing him too much. He's sponsored by Swivel Clothing. Played and graduated from Pepperdine University in 1992 NCAA national champion.
Nice block.
He'll be attending law school, but right now he's taking the books on these guys as it's 2-1 as Braun and his partner Owens have the early lead.
And from the angle you just saw that block, what happens is a lot of times you go up and you show like you're going to give the hitter a certain area, and then at the last second you move over and take that area away, and that's exactly what Nathan just did. Here we go. Oh, Toby tried to
outsmart him. How about that? He did on the second hit. Normally you go for the third hit, but he saw an opening and went for it. He knew after he hit it that the ball was going to be out, but he went for it anyway. That's okay. It's early in the game. 1 serving 2.
Yeah, points are cheap right now.
Chad Jones will serve it.
They're going to go at Toby. They're not even going to serve it hard.
The dinker. Barnett.
Tough set. Nice dig.
We have a score of 2-2. And again, every 5th point, there is a break. Here at Lake Mission Viejo, the temperature is winding up and cranking up close to 100 degrees. In the sand, it's got to be 100. Toby Braun and his partner wearing socks, as opposed to the other side of the court, Jones and Barnett just wearing the soles of their feet.
Now, if you see Chad Jones and Larry, when they go back, they're not jump serving. They're just serving nice and easy so that Toby can go ahead and pass the ball to a setter so a setter can set him tight. That way they can set up their block. Sometimes if you jump serve, the ball is brought off the net and it takes the block out of play.
Dave Crandall joining me here on the Game of the Week. Dave and I will select the Ballpark Pizza Team Athletes of the Week at the end of tonight's telecast. It might not be just the 2 guys that get in the finals. We might pick any one or any 2 of the players. That goes long. So we have a 3-2 game. Braun and his partner Owens with the lead. We'll have more volleyball from Lake Mission Viejo right after this. Welcome back to the Lake Mission Viejo. Second semi-final game, Chad Jones and Larry Barnett taking on Toby Braun and Nathan Owens. We have a score of 3-2 with Braun and Owens in the lead. Chad Jones, 6'4", 190 pounds, graduated from Mission Viejo High School in 1988. 2-time state champion at Orange Coast College in 89 and 91. Larry Barnett serves it. Goes Braun's way. Braun will get the last hit. Interesting point. Can you use any part of your body? I know that Toby tried to kick the ball up, but if you're diving, can the ball go off your leg? Can it go off your knee? What's the discretion?
Okay, this is how it works. In beach volleyball, any part of your body's good. In indoor volleyball, it has to be above your waist, and it cannot be a lift. So if it makes double contact, they call that a lift.
Off the foot, is that a lift?
That's legal.
It is illegal, okay. Well, Toby's quick. Graduated from Capo in 1980.
We've seen a lot of the Brazilian players that grew up playing soccer and that have got into volleyball use their feet actually when they're playing beach volleyball, and it's a legal dig.
Turn of events here, 4-3 right now with Barnett and Jones in the lead.
Again,
Barnett serving.
You saw Toby slap his partner's hand. What he's looking for is just his partner to give him an earlier call so he knows where the open sand is, because there's always going to be open sand because the court is 30 by 30. You've got 900 square feet, and so all you need is a call so you know where to put the ball.
And one thing about Toby, he likes to play head games out there. He likes to outthink you, as we talked about. The push, and it finds the back line. Toby wants to know if it was a push, and he looks up, and the official says no, it was good. So now it is 5-3. Braun and Owens have come back from bigger deficits than this. Right, Dave Crandall?
Oh, sure they have. Interesting thing is they're going at Toby, so Toby knows that at least he's going to decide whether they win or lose right now. Right now he's made a couple of mistakes in a row. Let's see if he straightens that out.
Thank you very much, Jeff Simpson, for bringing those Advil. I have a sun headache. That big hit, Barnett comes down. And I'm sitting up here and I'm drinking as much fluids as I can, Dave, and I know you are. And it is hot up here, but it's a lot hotter down there. I think what I have is I have a headache from the heat. How do these guys get away from that? Just pumping in the waters, pumping in the fluid?
Yeah, a lot of that comes down with what they eat before they come out on the court and how much water they get into their bodies beforehand. But you'll see, like, as they leave the court, a lot of the guys will go right to the shade and sit down because they want to stay out of the sun for the same reasons that you're feeling your headache.
Well, it's 6-3 right now. Braun and Owens take a timeout. You're seeing some of the ball girls, ball boys, and there's a look. Is that Bobby Friedman in the background? No. I wanted to mention Bobby because Bobby Friedman decided not to enter this event because him and his girlfriend, Anna, they are tandem surfers, and they just got done competing in the OP Pro. They didn't win the event, but I know that Bobby does not want to get hurt, doesn't want to risk his career. He's sponsored by a lot of big-time people, so one of the locals in this event, Bobby Friedman, decided not to enter it. His brother Steve did enter it. He didn't get as far as he wanted to, but Steve back in 1993 helped me out on the telecast. You've been with me the last couple years, and that's the type of event it is. I mean, you got to have a local guy doing what you're doing right here, not only able to go out there and compete, but to talk about it, and that's one of the advantages we have here at Lake Mission Viejo.
Again, we appreciate, Paul, what you've done for the local event. You've made this a very big event, and we appreciate it.
So here on Channel 3 in the Game of the Week, we've brought you a variety of events the last few weeks between roller hockey, the LA Salsa, and the Orange County All-Star football game. I think that we're kind of giving you what you want. Next week, another new event. Look for lacrosse back on the Game of the Week. Toby Braun, he's down 3-6 with his partner. There's that dink. Barnett cannot get to it. One of the head games he plays, I know you have been on the opposite end of playing against Toby. How do you deal with the psychology that he brings to the game?
Well, what you've got to be is real patient with Toby, because you know that he's going to look the court over before he hits the ball. And also, he's going to slow the game down when he feels the game's getting away from him. And when he feels he's got the game, he's going to serve real quick right after the whistle. So if you hear the whistle out there and he feels like he's going to win, he'll serve real quick.
Wow, nice hit there by Barnett. You see there, you don't have to use a lot of power, just a little finesse. Looking out on the lake, I want to remind you this portion of the Game of the Week is being brought to you by Pacific Water Sports. Now here at the lake, they don't let you get out there with your Polaris watercraft, but of course down near Doheny and throughout our coastline they do. Check out Pacific Water Sports, a block south of Price Club in San Juan Capistrano. Toby, again, same hit. How about that?
That's a great shot. It's interesting. What Chad's doing is he's setting up, trying to make him go line, and that's what you see Larry Barnett doing. And of course, Toby had a nice call from his partner there, and he just cut the angle.
What I've noticed, Dave, and correct me if I'm wrong, both these teams and the two teams prior to this game in semifinal number 1 are playing at the same pace. I think they're playing at about a 70% pace right now. Mainly, I'm wondering because of the heat. They're not doing a lot of running around. They're not hitting the bar tremendously hard. They're trying to adjust to the conditions. Does that sound right, or is that just the tempo of the game?
You know, it's interesting. When you get to the semifinals, these guys have played 3 or 4 games so far today. Again, the heat comes into play. And what you're doing is you're trying to feel the other team out. And if you go hard and you don't get ahead of the other team, then the other team's going to get this confidence saying, hey, this is the best they've got. This is it. So what you do is you kind of hold something back, so when it's crucial and the big points come up, you try to win the big points.
Okay. 6-3 right now. Barnett and his partner with the lead. At the net. Beautiful.
That's a huge block.
Chad Jones, 6-4.
Yeah, when your partner calls line, Toby's calling line the whole time. And it would have been a great play for him to go line. He tried to go line, but he just didn't go big enough because Chad Jones got a huge block at the net.
Well, there's a timeout. The players are getting cooled off as much as they can. We'll be back with more of the game of the week. It's 7-3 right now. Barnett and his partner Jones, they have the lead. Want to thank Tourney Seafood Landing for sponsoring this event. They have put a lot of money into the event, helping out our local sports, and we welcome them here. I'm Paul Higgins, along with Dave Crandall. Our director tonight is Tom Hall, along with the entire crew here at Channel 3 Sports and Athletes in Motion. We welcome you once again to the game of the week. We can't show you everything all the time, because a lot of people are having a lot of fun right now. Remember when streaking was popular? Well,
boy, do I.
Back in the 70s, I remember living in Houston, Texas. Used to see people running down the street with their tennis shoes on, no clothes on. Well, we've got a little bit of that going on here at the lake.
People, if you're out there and you've got your calendar handy, make sure you block out the first weekend in August.
Yeah.
This is a real fun event. You bring the family to it. It's a great family event.
And we have more people this year than we did last year. I know that for a fact as I look around. So we just talked about in the break, you think right now it's going to be tough for Toby and his partner to come back.
Again, you know, this game isn't played by a clock. You play it to 15, but right now all of the momentum is with Chad Jones and Larry Barnett. They're going at Toby, and he's a little anxious with some of his plays, but if anybody can steady it out, Toby Braun can.
Well, Nate Owens, Braun's partner, is one of those guys looking to join the professional volleyball tour. Of course, he would love to do it. All these guys would. He said he'll be attending law school in the fall.
Yeah, a lot of people think that beach volleyball players are just a bunch of surf guys that don't have the smarts, and that's definitely not the case.
No, that's a fallacy that should be noted, because these guys like you have 2 kids, you have a wife, you have a business that you attend to, and a lot of these guys, as you say, think about things like that while they're on the court, as opposed to volleyball. It's tough when you get older and you get more responsibility.
Big block. Oh, they're going to call him on the net. That's a shame, because he had him.
Well, Toby Braun's one of his nicknames. You know, I call him a womanizer, but his nickname that he got, he is called the Kingfish. And he's had that name for quite some time. He's a scratch golfer, he says. His home course, Scully Pine. So what's all that about?
Just all code words for Toby, man.
That's right.
If you've known him long enough, you know what all that means.
And he goes down the line.
That's a great line
Owens.
shot.
So look, they're creeping back into this thing.
It's interesting. When Chad and Larry were going to Toby, they were scoring. They get up 7-3. Now they start going to Owens, and now they're siding out. So it might be a mistake on Chad and Larry's part. Let's see what Toby can do here. I have a feeling he's going to serve deep to Larry Barnett.
Well, Mike Minear and Darren Utterback awaiting the results of this game to find out who they play in the championship game. And you'll see that here on Channel 3. The cross-court shot. Barnett, another guy that doesn't have to hit it hard all the time, Dave.
No, again, like you said earlier, why go up and rip the ball when you can control the ball and hit it to the open sand? We got 900 square feet. All you got to do is listen to your partner's call on a good set and make the ball hit the sand.
I like how you put that 900 square feet. Never quite heard that way. It makes you think about it. There is a lot of room out there.
Yeah, you got 2 guys playing on the same size court that 6-man volleyball's played on, and they're playing it in sand, and they're playing it against the elements with the wind and the heat and the people yelling and screaming. This is a much more difficult game than 6-man.
Well, it's 8-3 right now. Barnett and Chad Jones with the lead. Now, Chad Jones, he's going to be serving right here. His partner, Larry Barnett, wearing the white tank top, the sunglasses, and the blue visor. Don't count out Braun and Owens. Oh, look at that. Beautiful shot. Barnett, he tried to get it in on the dinker, but it goes wide to the left, his left, and that ball is out. Side out goes to Braun and Nathan Owens.
Yeah, that might be the toughest ball in volleyball. When you're set about 10 feet off the net and try to pull the ball up short, it takes a lot of finesse.
Tell me about the serve as you watch Owens go up. He's going for the line.
Yeah, in the old days, if you missed a serve, your partner would get all over you because you can't score unless you serve the ball in. But now, because the jump serve makes it so much more of an attacking game and you put the team on defense, you know, if you miss a few jump serves, it's not that big a deal. You'll get them next time.
Barnett with the serve. He decides to go in the center part of the court. And he serves out, so
boy,
you see it.
That's one thing you don't want to do.
Point.
When somebody serves out and you go back and just try to serve easy, you don't want to miss your serve after somebody's just served out.
Last year, Dave Holloway and Kurt Riedel defeated Mike Wilhelm and Press Maycott 17-15. Riedel goes out in the semifinals this time around. Year before that, Holloway and Aaron Garcia defeated Chad Jones and Dwayne Utterback. In 1992, Blackburn and Larry Barnett defeated Mike Minear and Phil Levine 15-11. I see Phil Levine sitting directly below me watching today. Toby Braun with the serve, the jump serve. Barnett with the second and the set. Nice. It just couldn't find it. Braun went for the quick dig, Dave, but he couldn't pull it out.
Now that would have been a big turning point right there, because that was all Chad had. That was a big heater. And Toby stepped in and tried to dig that ball into the deep court. Again, this is semifinal number 2. Mike Minear and Darren Utterback, 15-4 winners over Riedel and Oliveri. They await the champion of this game. Good cut shot. Barnett has been doing it all day. He has been doing it all day. Again, you and I will be selecting the Ballpark Pizza Team Athletes of the Week at the end of tonight's game, tonight's match. Ballpark Pizza Team, I want to thank them because they have come out and supported local sports in a big way. They don't have to do what they're doing and giving these guys gift certificates. Free food is always nice to have, and that's what they do, sponsoring the game of the week. Especially when it's such good food. Yeah, it is. Good company at Ballpark Pizza Team. Say hello to Jim Petkin up in Santa Margarita. Nice. You said trouble. You had a feeling. Yeah. You know, it's funny. You think maybe by offsetting their passing game, you're doing yourself a favor, but I find a lot of times it's easier to have them pass well, so they have to set the ball tighter to the net so the block can have more of an effect. Betty Biquette and Jeanette Krembus of Grubb & Ellis Real Estate, providing services throughout Orange County. They are our sponsors of the game of the week. We welcome them once again. Two fine ladies. Give them a call, Grubb & Ellis. You'll see their advertisement during the course of the game of the week. So that's where you want to score. You can't score without the ball, and they're having a tough time serving right now. Yeah, you can't serve 3 of the last 4 balls out and try to get back in this game. If they don't get it going, they're going to be in trouble. Barnett calmly serves the ball. We have a miscommunication. Tight. Oh, when he gets it through. Braun wanted a call, didn't get the call. Yeah, he thought it was sticky. He wanted to lift on that. Barnett, you got to play the whistle here. Barnett looking, finds. Nice dig. This is the rally of the game so far. Whoever gets this one's going to have the momentum. With the win at the net, the dinker. No way, man. I tell you, nobody was getting to that. A great shot by Barnett. Good play. Most exciting point of the game so far between Chad Jones, his partner Larry Barnett, taking on Toby Braun and Nathan Owens. Braun, that was the tough. That might be the sinker of all of them because he thought he had a call at the net. He kept complaining to the referee, didn't get it. And then finally, Barnett plays the shot, comes up with a great shot, finds the hole, Dave, and sinks it through. Right, again, you've got to play the whistle. George didn't feel that was a lift. Toby, again, because he's not feeling as confident as he should be, he's kind of looking at the ref, kind of begging for some things. Even though he feels in his mind that he's right, you got to play the whistle. Betty Biquette and Jeanette Kremis of Grubb & Ellis Real Estate. Give them a call at 495-1800. Also, Lake Forest Limousines sponsoring the game of the week, as well as Minuteman Press, located in El Toro. They have free color days, and say hello to Al over at Minuteman Press. Give them a call at 1-800-PRINT-'EM. You see some of the people here. That's great. That's what it's all about. One thing you don't want to do, though, you don't want to get in your car after sucking a couple of those brews up and drive. Definitely want to make sure you guys don't drink and drive. You know, we had 4 very, very fine athletes that passed away a few weeks ago, and we don't want to see a repeat of that, especially anybody I know on the game of the week or anybody. I hate to read about that, hate to see it. Nice pass. Nice set. Toby Braun tries to go deep. Barnett. Nice job by Owens. They needed that. I don't understand why the miscommunication. They had all kinds of time on the high set to call out the open sand, and he hit it right to where Larry Barnett was standing. Larry Barnett is touching way too many balls, and that's the difference in the game right now. Larry Barnett is playing fantastic defense. Dave, let's go back 2 games ago, prior to the semifinal, in the quarterfinal. Toby Braun and his partner Owens, they had to go deep within themselves. They played a long game that could be wearing on them right now, at least mentally. Here we go. They need to convert this right here. You better go deep. Oh, look at that shot.
Good shot.
That's one of the best shots on the beach right there.
We talk about Toby Braun outsmarting players, and he does come through there. You can also watch him during the course of the game of the week in the high school year because he is a referee official during high school games.
Yeah, one of the best out there, too. I'm always happy when I'm coaching to see him up top.
Barnett.
Look at this. They got him.
Oh, look at that.
Get him on.
Oh!
Nice set. He's hitting.
That was
a
sweet.
Great play, though. Nice play.
Chad Jones comes back with the dinker over Nathan Owens' head, and it was just too far for Braun to get to it. So we have a score right now of 10-4. First team to 15 by 2 wins goes to the championship game against Mike Minear and Darren Utterback. That's going to be what people used to call a humdinger, huh?
That's interesting that you use the word sweet. You're starting to get the lingo down for this sport. There is a language that goes with the sport. Unlike a lot of other sports, there's a language that goes with the sport. The more you hang around it, the more you get acquainted with it.
It's one of the lifestyles in Southern California. I had the opportunity to do a lot of traveling this past year, and when you travel, you see so many different lifestyles. I can truly say that I'm very happy I live in Southern California, you know, and I think a lot of people that are transplants coming from all parts of the country realize what we have here that they don't have elsewhere. And there's not too many events like this in South Dakota, and Texas, and Maryland. It's great that we have it.
See if he goes deep line here.
Toby Braun
does the cut shot, and that's a side out.
You mentioned the cut shot, and we have seen that often by both teams, and we'll talk more about that as we have a score now, 10-5. We'll be back. Braun down by 5. Let's see if they can come back when we come back here in the game of the week. Welcome back to the game of the week. It is 5 serving 10. Braun
tight set.
And Owens trying to come back.
Oh, you know, there's a big mistake right there made by the blocker there. What he did was he went up trying to give up a certain area. Instead of watching the ball come down, that ball was set 50-50. He could have taken the ball away from the hitter.
Check out what else goes on here at the lake. When the players lose, they don't just watch, they play other sports. Here's a wiffle ball game going on. And that's great. Towel on the head, towel ball. We go back to center court. Toby Braun looking for somewhere.
Boy, Larry's touching everything. Look at that. Nice try.
Now they're coming back.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel it. We saw it on the break. Toby Braun, you said instead of his head down, it was up. He was more excited, kind of like a lion trying to get out of the cage.
Well, watch as Larry Barnett and Chad Jones go back. Larry's now adjusting his glasses, touching his hat, taking a little longer to set up. Before, they wanted the play to happen right at the whistle.
Toby Braun, let's see what kind of serve he brings.
He's going to go back at Larry.
Floater. Barnett. Oh, Owens.
It's tight. He's going to get this one. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got that one.
And we are directly over the net, and that was a really good shot by Owens as he went the other direction. That was power against power. Owens wins it.
You see Toby clapping his hands. He wants the ball back. He knows that they've got the momentum right now. And if you see Chad Jones, you don't see him on the screen right now, but he's down in a crunch position. He wants to think. Matter of fact, they've called a timeout.
That's right. Jones
That's a good
and
timeout. That's a good timeout.
6 serving 10. We'll stay right here with you on the game of the week. Want to recognize Tony Seafood Landing, Bill Schwartz at Lake Mission Viejo, who helped us out. Tony Seafood Landing, who sponsored the event, also sponsored us some lunch today. We appreciate that. You see their banners throughout.
Paul, if you don't mind, I'd just like to thank again the other sponsors, Club Sportswear for the nets and the equipment and the prizes, and Sports Chalet for the prizes, and again Evian for supplying the water. And again, the 3 tournament directors that make this event happen for us is Doug Hammond, who's been doing this for 13 years, and his good friend Daryl Utterback, and again
Tim Mulatto.
Tim Mulatto.
Great shots. This is this event looks so good on TV, I tell you.
This is the prettiest event you show all year round.
Yeah, it is. There's no question. There's no question. Some of the football players might, you know, say a football field looks better than the lake, but or a baseball diamond looks very nicely groomed in the summertime, but this does.
No other sport you can just throw your bathing suit on and go out and knock it around.
You don't need too much gear in this sport. Last year's winners, Dave Holloway and Kurt Riedel, defeated Mike Wilhelm and Press Maycock.
Again, the blocker makes a mistake. He's so busy trying to make him hit line. That ball's so tight. If he just goes up and blocks the ball.
It's 10-6 right now. After this point, we're going to step aside for a quick station break. Channel 3's Game of the Week at Lake Mission Viejo.
This is a big play right here.
Owens,
he
finds a hole on the side out. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more. 10 serving 6 right now. Barnett with the serve. While we were in a break, we went to a side out. Toby Braun gets the side out with the short hit.
There might be nobody on the beach that is as good as that shot. I mean, he's 10 feet off the net. People, you don't know how hard that is to hit over an 8-foot net, take all of the speed off the ball, and drop it in front of 2 hustling players.
If you cannot get out to Lake Mission Viejo and you like what you see on the Game of the Week with Channel 3 in this event, go down to Capo Beach during the week and the weekend. That's where you see all these guys playing. Toby Braun and many other players, as you see there, Owens in the face with Barnett.
Yeah, that's a huge confidence builder. When you block a ball and hit the other guy in the head, you don't ever want to get blocked and have the ball come back and hit you in the face.
That's right. Well, these guys do it, and we talk about it. They do it at Capo Beach. They go down there and they play throughout the day. A lot of the AVP players play there. I know that Adam Johnson is one of the guys that goes down to that beach, and he plays there. So good opportunity for you to get on your rollerblades, your bicycle, and go down and check them out. Barnett at the net.
Oh, here we go. He's got to hit it.
Oh, he does not make it over.
Again, the difference in the rules are we're playing AVP rules. You get 2 hits off the block. Other places, you get 3 plays off the block. Like in indoor, it's 3 off the block. Block doesn't count as a hit, but in beach volleyball, 2 off the hit. That's why they're trying to get the ball over in 2 if you're watching out there.
10 serving 7 right now, and this game far from over.
They're finally going back to Toby where they got their points early.
Could that be a mistake? We'll find out. The wind is all but stopped right now. Barnett, and he goes wrong.
That hurts.
So it's 7 serving 10. Braun and his partner Owens will have an opportunity. We talked about it in the break. You mentioned a very, very good point. You said, Paul, if you line this all up, we can all hit just as hard as each other. We can all dig just as quick as each other. We can do pretty much the athletic skills pretty evenly. But when it gets down to it, it's mentally is where this game is won and lost.
It's an overset. Whoa. That worked out. That was a tough pass, and it turned into a hit. Yeah, Paul, like you said, I probably 20% of this game is physical, and then it becomes just such a mental game because you can have teams play each other over and over again, and they'll win, you know, half the games against each other. You get into a tournament situation where the game means more to one player, or the guy just has the right frame of mind, and it makes all the difference in the world.
10-7, Barnett will serve. Him and his partner have the lead, and you don't want to do that. You're 5 points away from winning this thing. Every point that you give, or every side out, can creep back and hurt you.
Paul, what that means is they're trying to make things happen. They're trying to go to Toby deep, and they're forcing it so hard. They're, like you said, they serve 3 feet out of the court. They need to get that ball in play. Make Toby make that pass. So they're going to go back at Larry. Nice set. And again, Larry tried to hit a big angle there, Paul, and he hit the tape. So Larry's got a lot of stuff going on in his head. He got blocked into his head. He's hitting balls into the tape now, where he's hitting balls 3 feet over the net. So right now, I'd keep going at Larry and see if you can crack him. And they're going to keep going at Toby with the floater. Before we were talking about the jump serve and how important it was, nobody's doing it. It looks like Chad Jones is going to go back to it right now.
Chad Jones serves it up, sports the sunglasses and the goatee.
Nice serve.
Toby, pardon me.
Nice dig.
Almost a free ball
Deep
here.
line.
Oh, look at this.
Block.
That was huge.
That's
a great play by Chad Jones. His partner, Larry Barnett, sat in the back row and just watched and marvel at his partner, Chad Jones. He comes away with a marvelous shot.
Huge play. You see Chad Jones go up. He probably touches about 11.5 feet. And as soon as he blocks that ball, he smacks his hands right in front of Toby to show him that, hey, we've got you. We're not done.
11-7, 4 points away from going to the championship game against Mike Minear and Darren Utterback. Winners over Kurt Riedel and Derek Oliveri, 15-4.
Nice pass. Nice set. It's tight. He's got to go deep. And he
Good
does.
play. Barnett could not get up high enough, and Chad Jones could not get back fast enough. Side out, 11-7, 7 serving 11 right now.
Right now we're at a flat point in the game where points aren't as cheap as they were early on. So if some team can grab a hold of the momentum, it's going to make the difference in this game right now. Let's see what Toby does. I have a feeling they're going to serve deep to Larry Barnett. Larry Barnett is the one with the tank top, and that's where they go.
The set to Barnett, and it finds the line by a foot.
I don't know how many times Larry's gone deep line, but boy, does he have that shot figured out.
Did good point, because as you say, you don't have to throw a lot of power into this game if you can hit it where you want it. Placing is everything.
And if you can pass that and make the ball hit the sand, it takes a lot of pressure off you and your partner.
Just ask Tony Gwynn in the sport of baseball how important just placing the ball in there. He places it so well when he's up at bat. And there's a placement coming down, a little cut shot. That's hard to do because you're not going across your body, you're going away from your body.
Right.
And you're doing it with your right hand, and it's a little bit tougher to get that spin on the ball and keep it in.
That's true.
Toby Braun, Nathan Owens, down 7-11. Our officials, George Carey and Butch Martin.
I don't think I've ever seen so many floater serves. They just want to keep the ball in play now so they can score. And Larry just keeps going deep line. So they're going to have to change that play. Toby's going to have to go back there and dig line and let his partner block line just to throw a little a change in this thing.
7-11.
You see Larry down on his knees right now? He's trying to act like he's in this thing and he's ready. But I can tell you right now, he's touching himself a lot, adjusting things. He's thinking a lot about this game right now. I think if they can keep this game going longer, it's going to be a great game. Nice pass.
Toby will get
deep line. Look at him look the court over.
You know, that's a great point. Tell me about that.
Yeah, see, Toby's one of the guys, if his partner's not calling it out, he stops, looks the court over, has enough confidence in that set that he doesn't even have to really see the ball to know where it's at. That's just from years of being out here on the beach.
And that's one of the things that you get with wisdom and being a veteran is you don't rush things.
Nah, you wait for everything just to develop.
You wait for your opponent to make a mistake. You play off your opponent. You delve into a situation and you come up clean, in which he did. 7-11 right now.
Let's see if Toby can get something going with his jump serve right here. He's going to top spin that. Nice. They're going to go with Larry. Let's see if they go line. No, he's swinging.
Big hit.
That's a huge hit. We were talking about how he wasn't able to hit. Larry puts a ball away there. Nice hit.
So we have been stuck at this 11-7 mark for some time, as side out after side out. It begins to wear on you. You get a little tired. You get a little hot, and the timeouts and the points of getting every 5th point, you know, you got to take a timeout somewhere because you need to drink some liquids.
Right.
Barnett with the serve.
This next point is going to be a huge point. He goes deep. That's huge. See, the deep shot right now, these guys, remember how we said they're saving energy? These guys have played a lot of games. They're tired now.
Yeah.
And they're kind of sucking in, hoping that the guy hits the ball. And like you said, as soon as he goes like deep or goes short, you know that you've got to hit that hot sand, or you've got to run back and pop that ball up and then run back up to the net to hit it. And it makes you think, you know what, I'm just going to let this play go. I'll get him next time.
That's right. If you see that house in the background there, sitting right there on the lake, I think that house has been vacant for about the last 10 years.
Well, you know, the story behind that house is if you coach the Matadors, my understanding is that's the house they'll put you up in.
Well, you know what? I'm going to correct you there because I thought the same thing. But it was actually the house behind that Mark Schubert was the coach.
Residing in before he ditched us and moved to Florida.
Yeah, it's the house behind that one. But that house, you see our Cox Communications truck right there, and we pull up inside that little court area. Beautiful house. I'd love to find out more about it.
You and everybody on the beach.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a volleyball player to love that house.
Man, got your own dock.
Yeah.
One thing that this lake lacks, and someday they have to do it, and we're going to come out and cover it. They have to have a professional water ski event come to this lake. This would be the best place. Boy, I'd love to get on and off a ski. Do some barefooting on this would be awesome.
Big jump serve. Nice pass.
Toby Braun goes
Look at that deep shot. See the deep shot right now. That's the shot.
And Dave, we virtually have no wind right now. It
No.
comes and it goes.
Right.
And we are hot now, and we are 16 feet above everybody else.
Yeah, if we're dying up here, they must be just cooking out there. Yesterday when we played, it actually got, by 6 o'clock, it was warmer than it was at noon.
Well, they say as the sun sets later in the afternoon, that's the hottest time of the day. Sun being closer to the earth. Toby Braun.
He's going to go with the floater. Again at Larry. Let's see what Larry's got. Now they're going to dig line finally. Now tight. See, the blocker, Nathan needed to block that ball. It would have been a huge play. Toby knows that. Nathan knows it more than anybody else. He looks at Toby and says, man, I'm sorry. If he just watches the ball more, he's so busy trying to block an area. But again, Toby's making him do that. So it would have been a big, big play.
Well, if you're wondering, and you went out to your car, you washed your car or something, you came back, or you went to get a bite to eat at 11-7, well, it's still 11-7. So you haven't missed a whole lot. Just a lot of side outs. Good volleyball, though. Owens, the block.
That's a huge play.
Now it's 12-7. So we finally get a change in the scoring. 3 points shy of winning this game and advancing to the finals is the team of Chad Jones and Larry Barnett.
And Paul, with your analogy of washing your car, that's a great point. Because of the, like, you don't know how long a certain side out or before it takes to score points because there is no clock. The AVP has taken it up to where they've got a time clock now. So even if you don't get to 15 in the AVP, they'll call it on time.
And that's all centered around TV.
TV is very important in our society, isn't it, Paul?
Well, I talked to Adam Johnson about that. I said, do you like it? And he says, Paul, you know, you gotta succumb to some things because that's where the money is. You know, you're winning $50,000 in one day of playing beach volleyball. Yeah, you're gonna say okay with the clock if you're on the other side of the coin and you win the darn thing. Of course, if you lose it, you're not too happy with the clock because you feel you can always come back.
Exactly.
12-7, 7 serving 12 right now. If they score here, we'll take a quick timeout.
Nathan needs this point right here. Let's see what he's got. They go back at Larry. Larry's been playing solid. Let's see if he goes deep line. Now he's swinging. And he hits it in.
Side out. So what I thought he might have done, and if I was out there, he would have scored on because I thought he was going to go deep behind Toby once again, but he came cross court. So Barnett does definitely have his game intact.
Yeah, Larry's fine now. Remember when I told you before he looked like he was down? Now he's not touching his head anymore. He's not adjusting anything. He's ready to go. He must have caught his second win. It was interesting seeing Toby go up to block that time. They tried to change it up to try to get into Larry's head, but he still went ahead and swung.
12 serving 7.
They're coming at the jump serve.
Oh, what a serve. What a dig.
Come on. Look at that touch. That's great volleyball. I don't care if it's AVP or the next step below like we're watching right now. That's a fantastic play.
Owens with the great dig. And then Toby sets them up, and Owens comes back off the sand, and he nails a big hit, and they get the side out. 7 serving 12.
Paul, you want to get the point. You want to get the point before you switch. Every 5 points you switch, so there's no advantage because of the wind. And so you don't want to give up that point because the team has to think about it during that little timeout spot. So it's very crucial mentally to get that point so you can switch on a good, on a good note.
If you're watching, you might have saw that ball go out of bounds, but it went off the hand of Owens, so he last touched it off the deflection. They get a side out. 12-7. I tell you what, we have a great crowd on hand, and this is limited to members bringing guests, and for that reason I'm sure that we could have a bigger crowd, but that's one of the unique things of being a member of something like this. And no, does not find the line. It's 13-7. We'll step aside. 2 points away from going to the finals is the team of Chad Jones and Larry Barnett. Well, welcome back to the game of the week. Doesn't that look nice? Good opportunity to jump in the water and come to Lake Mission Viejo. And during the break, as Jones and Barnett lead Braun and Owens 13-7, we were talking about this being an exclusive event. You've had a lot of calls from your friends, and of course they would love to see you doing other things in volleyball than play it, because you do a great job with us. But the uniqueness of this event is that you have to have graduated from our local area, and part of the reason is also being a member of the lake or being in the boundaries of what this event has to offer.
Right.
What can we expect? 13-7, should they put it away with these final 2 points, or will it take a number of side outs?
Well, I think they've got all the momentum, so if they just go with the hard serve, I think, look at the dig. I think it might be over. If he just puts the ball way deep line, there's a shotty. Yeah, I think the play is going to be over. Larry should go back, serve the ball as hard as he can, not even care who it goes to. Try to split the two of them right down the middle, just end this game and get off the court and get ready for the finals.
Well, it's 14-7 right now. This is game point. Mike Minear and Darren Utterback in the shade watching this one, awaiting the champion of this game.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good position right now. Nice pass. Nice set. Oh, he gets it around Chad.
Well, I want to mention that Toby Braun dedicating this game, and if he gets into the championship game, to his father, Mr. Braun, who passed away 2 years ago at this event. Bobby Stout had a chance to interview Mr. Braun and talked about Toby and Toby's family, who center their lives around this sport. So again, our condolences go out to Mr. Braun and his family on the loss.
Might be coming up to us here.
Didn't make it. Toby went for everything. Want to make sure that Bobby Stout, who just peeked in my ear, told me that it sounded what I said that Mr. Braun passed away at this event. No, he didn't. He passed away about a year ago now, isn't it?
Right, it was at Easter of last year, right.
Easter, yeah. So again, and Toby and Tyler and Chris and everybody in Toby's family feel the loss, and we do as well. Toby's brothers Tyler and Tad, they played some volleyball in their lifetime. So what we have here is a 14-7 game on a day, a hot summer day. You know, I live in Dana Point, and we rarely have seen the sun this summer, so to come over the hill to visit you guys here at Lake Mission Viejo is yes, a pleasure, but then again, I'm looking forward to getting back home because it's cooler. The side out goes to Braun and Owens. And that's one of these things that happen too, Dave, because you know a lot of these guys work out at Capo Beach where it is cooler, so they're not used to this heat either.
You know, that's important. You know, a lot of these guys, like you said, they're used to like 78 at the warmest, and you come out here with this heat, it definitely takes an effect. Let's see, he's gonna go back to the sky ball. He's waiting for the little boy to walk by. Again, when you hear the whistle out there, you're supposed to play the referee's whistle. You've got 5 seconds from the time he blows the whistle. Nice sky ball.
It's going to be tough.
Into the sun.
Owens to Barnett, back to Owens.
He's got it. Oh.
No chance on that one. So it'll be side out, and for the championship point, it will be Owens serving. Barnett, let's see if he retrieves the hit on the way back.
Yeah, Chad's going to go back and just give him a super heater to close this thing out. Here it comes. Big high throw, just like in tennis. Nice shotty. Look at Larry chase it down. Oh, tough play. Needs a big set. Oh, that's fantastic volleyball.
Braun and Owens have some life in them. They're down by 7 points.
Yeah, that's a great play.
Again, Bill Schwartz helping us out on the Game of the Week here from Lake Mission Viejo, and also Tourney Seafood Landing. 2 big sponsors of this event.
This could be interesting if they got 4 points on the good side here and switched to 14-11. He's going with the superheater. He's going with a knuckleball jumper. Nice set, nobody up. See, I don't understand that philosophy. Why would you not send somebody to block maybe one of the biggest hitters on the beach?
Chad Jones bringing it home once again. Side out, 14-7. Stay with us, everybody, because coming up next will be the championship game. One of these 2 teams will take on Mike Minear and Darren Utterback, a Mission Viejo grad and a Capo Valley grad playing with each other.
Look at this, deep floater to the middle. They changed it up. Nice set. He's calling high line. Look at this. Nice play. Boy, Chad Jones is tough at the net. He must be taking all kinds of area away. It's hard to probably see on TV, but again, he probably touches about 11.5 feet. The net's 8 feet, so he's going up about 3.5 feet over that net. I thought Nathan easily had it over him with the high line. Toby's going back to jump serve. Nice serve. Good pass. It's tight. Nobody up. Could have called the net. Nah, ball hit the ground.
Straight down.
So side out once again goes the other way. 14-7. We've been stuck here for a while.
That was a fantastic set. Ball was about 20 feet off the net. Chad Jones takes it deep and throws it right up on the net.
A little bit later on in our finals, we'll tell you a little bit more about Tourney Seafood Landing. There are 4 different locations, but they also cater. And we'll give you their phone number for catering because they have great food. That goes long, and I tell you what, you mentioned that it's tough. You know, you're serving, your adrenaline's pumping because you know if you get this point, you can sit down for 15 minutes and take a breather before you got to play again.
Right. In the old days, you couldn't really end it on a serve because you couldn't really ace anybody with a floater. But because the Brazilians created the jump serve, you feel like you can end it with 1 serve. See, poor Nathan, he's tired. He was like pulling on his pants and like gasping for air, and he served a couple balls into the net now. And
one thing that I can say is these guys have had great attitudes this year. I think the attitudes of the officials, you know, being up there and being up in the chair.
Well, the referees took me aside. They said, Dave, the difference between this and the AVP, huge difference. These guys are all so cordial after, like if they do yell at a call, in the heat of competition, they'll come over and say, hey, really sorry, thanks for being out here. So that makes it real nice for them and everybody else out here.
Nathan Owens. Well, if people weren't nice, we wouldn't be here, and that's one of the reasons why we're here. So we have gone at least to the hour mark on this game.
See, the camera's on Nathan. If you watch his hands, he's showing signals again. He's got a 1 and a 2 out. 1 means he's blocking line, 2 means he's blocking angle. And when he moves that hand, the hand, like if he's got 2 hands out, he's going to move one a little bit more. That's the one he wants Toby to go to. So they're going to go at Chad, the power hitter.
Side out.
Yeah, interesting play. They went up and tried to block line and dig line. They left angle wide open for him. Chad's feeling a lot of confidence. Every time he goes back, he's waiting for the ball. He can't wait to serve the ball at the whistle.
Chad Jones and Larry Barnett taking on Toby Braun and Nathan Owens.
You've got, if you look at the center of the court, you got Toby talking to Larry through the net, seeing if he can get just a little bit more.
Give me some more TV time, okay? My sponsors, they love it.
Toby's telling Larry, don't screen me. Can you move off the net a little bit so I can see the serve? That's what he's doing, because you're not allowed to screen the passer. Big serve.
Sometimes
nice pass.
You might ask that, but you don't always get a response.
Nice deep shot.
Toby Braun definitely saw that there was no screen there. So it'll be 7 serving 14 once again.
And again, the difference in this whole game was set early on when Larry Barnett touched all those balls, all the shots. Larry Barnett kind of set this whole thing up, and that's why they're up by 7 points. It was 7 points they got early.
Again, we're awaiting a championship point here for the final game of this event, the 13th annual Midsummer Volleyball Classic.
So Nathan decided to put the jump serve in his pocket and come out with just a floater so he can maybe score a point. You need to get the ball over the net to score a point.
Well, if you have 2 cards, you could have watched 2 cards and still have come back and seen the scores stayed about the same. 14-7 now.
Now, it's interesting. Even Larry is just going to float the ball over. I think they're getting tired of jump serving. Tell me if Darren and Mike Minear aren't loving the way this is playing itself out.
They're great.
Yeah, they're loving this. They play
in the shade.
They play the winner
of
this game. Yes. Here it is.
I know one thing. I'm getting tired of saying 14-7.
Let's see what Toby does when he goes back. He's thinking about what he can do to change things up. They tried to go to Chad. He's their big hitter. They tried to block line, dig line, and he hit angle. Looks like Chad's fresh. I'd go to Larry again. I think I'd bring Larry short, see if I can bring him to the net.
Dave Crandall won this event in 1986, 15-3. Biggest blowout.
There he does. He serves him short, tries to bring him to the net. Oh, and they're going to hit him too. Oh, it's a shame. See, that's what you want to do is change it up a little bit, make him come up before taking the big approach. And nice play by Chad Jones.
You know, sometimes I'm not very good at predictions. I have about a 50-50 ratio. I think it's going to end on this serve right here.
Here we go.
Let's see if it ends on this point.
That's a good call. Chad's, look, he's the one who feels it. Look, he's going to go back and jump serve again. Everybody else has kind of gone to the floater. Look at him.
Let's see if...
what do you think he does? Does he serve,
well, you know,
Nathan,
either way,
or does he serve Toby?
I think on the point somewhere they're going to win it. Maybe not on the serve, but on the point.
Oh, and he bangs it into the net. He goes to the big left bang. If you guys couldn't hear that out there, it sounds like 2 of his fingers are still stuck in the ball.
Yeah, let me down.
Okay, that's a great prediction there.
I could have looked good, you know.
The referees are even giggling about that serve.
In the extreme games, I thought that Tony Hawk was going to end his routine on a 540 kickflip. Instead, he does a 720. So I was 50-50 there, and I was 50-50 here, and I've come up 0 for 2. So these guys got to redeem myself, help me redeem myself. But the side out once again goes to Barnett.
That's a great call. Again, it's so important. The great pass, setter has time to get to the net, set the ball, and he looks over the shoulder and says, deep angle. So all Larry has to do is go up and cut the ball into the angle, and that's the open sand. Larry's going to go back to the jumper, so he must be getting his energy back.
Well, the spectators don't mind a little more time in the sun for their Monday morning sunburn or suntan. And they go back
tight.
to
This
work.
could be the game. Oh, the nice joust. Let's go again. Oh, that's a great play. Look at that. And Toby gives him a little rooster. Says, get it on out of here. Hey, the old guys love to go up against the big guys and take the net away from him. That's a great play. That could make the whole, even if he loses, that makes the game for him. He can talk about that play for years now.
Well, George Carey and Butch Martin, the officials awaiting.
Look at Toby. He can't stop smiling. He's talking the whole time. He loved that play. Sometimes it's just like golf. You know, one shot makes the whole round.
That's right.
He's going to go to the floater. These guys are tired. Deep floater to Larry. This is what they got their points on early. Let's see if they get it here.
Another side out. 14-7. Talking about big shots in golf. How about John Daly? Wins a major and then he shaves his head. That guy is backwards. He's great.
That was fun to watch. It was nice to see an American go over there and get
Well,
it.
you know, it's nice to see him get past his troubles and put some things behind him and come back and win a major event.
He was too young not to be pulling for him.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nice pass. Oh, Larry's all over this. They're going to call lines. He's going to go deep over the top. No. Oh, he's going to. Oh, and that's the contest.
So it's 15-7. Finally, we have a winner in this event as Chad Jones and his partner, Larry Barnett, finally win it 15-7 over Braun and Nathan Owens. When we come back, it will be Mike Minear and Darren Utterback hosting the championship game. We'll be back.